some lady from the Midwest, she put the word I in a location in a just a letter, just an initial letter. Hi, how you doing, Susie Johnson? You know, this is the, you know, I believe that you're a woman and you're acting, you know, on behalf of the IRS, you know. A simple letter like that. Hi, how you doing? And instead of using the word me, she used the word I. And I was like, come on, you know the word me belongs there. I said, technically the word thee belongs there. But if you start making an opening letter to like an IRS agent and you start using thee, thou, and thy, she's going to think you're Mennonite, or she's going to think you're Amish. She's going to, you know, she's going to be like, oh, this lady must be Amish. Look at the way she's using these terms. So I said, and then if you ever have to talk to her on the phone one-on-one, she's going to realize you're not talking like thee, thy, thou, and she's going to realize all these letters was written by somebody else because it didn't come natural to you. How about that guy, Melissa? Well, I heard a guy come on when you said Melissa from Minnesota is coming on.
Yeah, Melissa's the grandma, and Jason and Gail are the parents of the kid. So it's her grandson.
Oh yeah, I remember the story, and it's in the custody of the other grandparent.
Yep.
And everybody's stories matched. So why don't mom and dad?
I read like 9 affidavits, and everybody's got basically the same story, but with their own twist to it. So, you know, the stories are all matching, and there's really nothing serious going on. You know, the grandparents were what happened is Jason and Gail ran on hard times, so they had to give up their apartment, and Gail went to live with her mom, and Jason went to live with his mom, and then when they get their finances straightened out, you know, a year later, they got back together in their own place, and the grandmother claimed that the kid had been abandoned by the parents, and now she's trying to get custody of the kid full time. So I mean, that's basically.
Like I said, it's the same thing. This is how simple this is. Is if like say like my first wife, she wanted to go back live with the crazy Indians in North Carolina, and I wanted to stay in Vegas. I said I ain't going back there. I'm done with those people. And she left some of her stuff behind. And maybe I have one box of stuff still for her, you know, down in the basement somewhere. I guarantee I do. If she came by and she wanted it back, I have to give it to her back. And it's irrelevant that, I said, well, that was 16, 17 years ago. You know, I could say she abandoned it. No, it's her property. It's always going to be her property. It'll never be anybody else's property. It's her property. How could I claim it's mine? That's ridiculous. You know, they'll say, obviously that's a woman's whatever, pocketbook. Obviously that's a woman's pair of shoes. Obviously. You know, obviously that's a picture of a kid's. You know, obviously. You know, nobody would be stupid enough to even think that I can make a claim for it. And I would never be even stupid enough to go in court and say, oh, no, she abandoned that stuff 17 years ago. It's mine now. It's ridiculous. I might have a vested interest in it, but it's never going to be my property. I mean, I could claim for the storage fees, but I have to immediately give her back a property. It's ridiculous. I can't understand how these people in Minnesota, that they've been doing this for a week or two, a month or two, you know, if they've been listening to my show, how can't they understand it's that simple, that quick, that easy? Every freaking judge knows this on planet Earth. How come this can be so fucking difficult?
Well,
I can't even imagine why anybody would want to ask me my opinion.
It's just like I told you when I first met you. I got after listening to you for 2 or 3 months, you know, whenever I had the time, because I was doing presentations on redress. But after listening to you for a couple of months, I realized how much shit I had to forget, how much stuff I had to shake out of my head. I don't think it's different for anybody else, especially if you've had an attorney working for you and you've been watching what he's been doing and getting all sorts of, you know, bad guidance on how to work in court. You know, you're learning how to act like an attorney instead of a man.
Yeah. No, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, if, you know, see, that's what makes me laugh. Like, say somebody like that actually wanted me to come out to Minnesota and help him. I said, help you do what? The caveman is known as this is the way the law has been since time began. What are you people talking? Now you're just fucking with me, right? You can't possibly not know the answer to this one. And that's the way I would take it. I was like, you got to be kidding me. You are kidding me, right?
Just makes us more comfortable when you say it, Karl.
Ridiculous, man. There's nothing to argue about that. That's ridiculous. There's nothing there. It's almost like if anybody like in social services or CPS or whatever you want to call them, they're smart. They don't disclose anything to the open public about what's going on. It's because they hold themselves liable. They can't let any of that paperwork out. It's all he said, she said nonsense. So I couldn't care less what somebody's saying, through that paperwork nonsense in court, in family court. It's ridiculous. If one single word is misspoken, it's like the ancient law is off with your head. It was instant death. So you got 6 different people with 6 different stories. In my court, 5 people are going to die. Because when I find out what's the real story, the other 5 are gone. Because we're not going to waste space in a society with liars.
Yeah, well, that's not the view of the current courts. Yeah, they all make money on that shit.
Right. Oh, yeah. Like I said, it was funny. I found that out years ago when I was a kid, like in divorce court. Like a husband or wife would just flat out lie about something. Like, well, that's your baby. And then the husband comes around with a DNA test, and he shows that the woman's alive. And she's been lying for whatever, 5, 10, 15 years. The court doesn't automatically say, oh, honey, you stay right on that witness stand. You ain't going nowhere. What? We got a little jail time set up for you. So you see these other TV shows all the time, you're not the daddy, and the girl just cries or whatever. It's like, no. That's barratry, man. No, put her ass right in jail. Take her away. She started a fight in the public. That's all it is. It's a controversy. She brought a controversy, a fight. She started a fight in public, just like punching somebody in the nose in the middle of the grocery store. You can't just punch somebody in the nose in the middle of the grocery store.